Siokul Gualti Tamu, Chin Quick Nottingham KEXP, Hinge DJ Tory J, Quinite, Slagwamish, Tuch Stahola, Chin Quinite Call, Hinge Kotlo Nugwamsi, Nisia Hitch, Chin Sioko North Nottingham. Thank you for welcoming me on Duwamish land, and you're listening to KEXP. I'm DJ Tory J, a Quinault tribal member from Tahola on the mouth of the Quinault River. I'm happy to speak to you today, and thank you for listening. You can find us on 90.3 FM, 92.7 Bay Area, and all around the world at kexp.org. These in-studio sessions are made possible by you, the listeners. So if you want to support us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the bell icon so you could be notified whenever your favorite new artist comes to our channel, and go to kexp.org. I have the honor of being in the studio today with Divide and Dissolve. And so they'll be playing new songs from their new album, Insatiable. And so whenever you're ready, feel free to start. You're listening to Divide and Dissolve right here on KEXP. You just heard Provenance from Divide and Dissolve from their brand new album, Insatiable, right here on KEXP. So those last two songs were from your album Systemic, which in your words examines the systems that intrinsically bind and calls for a system that facilitates life for everyone. These themes and many others are familiar for those who know your catalog. And so I'm curious, how would you describe the role of sound in music for those who might not know your catalog? The role of sound in music in both the examination of oppressive systems and the generation of structures outside of oppression.
I would describe my music as a feeling and something that you can experience. Music feels so visceral at times and material, but then other times it's just pure emotion. And I'm so passionately and deeply trying to communicate about all these things that words just haven't been made yet for them. And I'm like, okay, so how do I talk about something that we don't have the ability to talk about, but have felt for so many generations? Or how do I explain the experience of feeling something that my ancestors have felt many generations ago? So I try really hard to be clear and really open.
Yeah, that's great. And I relate so much to that. I think when I talk to both, it might seem like an odd connection, but when I talk to both jazz artists and people from back home who do, for lack of a better term, traditional song, drum group, and stuff like that, that's when I kind of get the most, like, it's very heady, but also really potent, like, perspectives on sound and how it's a gift from our ancestors, and how artists say that they're tapping into something almost with a spiritual quality, and very literally spiritual, and for communities like mine who have songs about salmon and things like that. And so I think that it definitely comes through in the Divide and Dissolve sound, like hearing those gifts reflect an experience that we have all had, but also in that reflection being able to move past it or move into, I guess, just like just futures and new worlds. But the process of making it is something that I'm also really curious about. And so I often read your statements verbatim on my show, Sounds of Survivance. It's a global indigenous radio show here on KEXP. Because for me, the things that you talk about with the songs encapsulate how I feel through and engage indigenous music, past, present, and future. And you've also said that, ironically, you don't listen to a lot of heavy music, which is kind of a surprise, but also not a surprise. And then you engage in a process that you've called dreaming, which is a way of being in relation to other people and other artists, and also a way of being in relation to the more than human world, to water, to foliage, etc. So can you attempt to describe what the process of dreaming looks, feels, and sounds like to you?
That process is so wonderful to experience, but oftentimes I will be having a dream. Sometimes it's quite literal. I will wake up out of my sleep because I've heard a whole entire song, and I will sing it into my phone and be like, okay, this is the song. And a couple of these songs that y'all heard were songs from my dreams, and they were just written immediately. And I don't know, it's just been happening to me since I've been a kid. Or sometimes this other thing would happen when I was in band, and I would not practice a song, but in my dreams I would learn the song, and then I'd wake up and I'd know how to play it. But I feel like deeply connected to my dream world and the earth and the songs that I hear, and I'm always just like, okay, cool, I need to honor this. I know it's like really hard to get up. It's 3:30 in the morning and I haven't slept that much, but I need to write this down because it felt so clear. And I always try to honor my dreams, but especially when I have like extremely clear communication about what I've just like heard in them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and about like the heavy music, I get quite overwhelmed with sensory things in general. So I don't listen to much music at all, but I just never have listened to metal or heavy music, and that's just something that happened. I don't even know. It's just like this music just kind of, it happened really organically, and I was never like, I'm gonna make heavy music. I was told the music I was making was heavy, and then that's great because I resonate with it a lot, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I love that idea both of songs coming to you. Like that's something that's so familiar to me, just thinking about how I alluded to drum music and quinault drum music earlier. That's how a lot of people describe it. Like the songs came to me. And so it's not necessarily like you outward, it's like the song inward. And I just think it leads to such fruitful and awesome sounding compositions. I also love the sort of defying of genre expectations, right? Like, I love that somebody said that your music was heavy because, when it comes down to it, I think songs as an expression of our ancestors, as a gift from our ancestors, is something that is a lot more, it's a lot more than a label, right? And so I think that's a really lovely thing that it comes from the heart, from your dreams. So amidst the audio, there's also another component that I really love about Divide and Dissolve. So everyone go check out Divide and Dissolve on YouTube because they have really amazingly produced music videos that just, they capture their own sorts of feelings, concepts, themes, and responses that are in addition to or supplementary to the audio or oral experience. So who's involved in the process of making those and what's it like?
Okay, so a bunch of my friends are starring in the music videos, and I love them so much. And also my friends Sep and Ricky, they mostly have made most of the music videos. Also Amber Beaton has also made them, but Sep and Ricky have made so many music videos, and we were recently speaking on the phone with each other, and she's like, Takiaya, we're creating a universe, a multiverse. And I was like, that's so beautiful, because I've never felt so understood by someone before when adding a visual representation to what I'm trying to communicate. Sep understands me, and I love her, and she's so talented and intelligent, and I trust her, and I trust Ricky, and I trust my friends who are involved, because there's this deep knowing and knowledge, and I feel deeply connected to her process and how she interacts with her world. It's so nice to just know that someone that you're working with is so deeply in their integrity. So yeah, our process is I call Seb. I'm like, hi, I love you. You're amazing. I have this music. And I appreciate so much that she has had a deep belief in me and trusted me. So with this next album, I feel really grateful that she's going to have more music videos coming our way. And it's really beautiful. And also, yeah, there's a big evolution happening, and I'm very excited to share with everyone these next music videos.
Oh, that's so wonderful to hear, because that love and that relationship that goes into the music videos really comes through. Like, it's something that needs to be experienced. So I won't like sit here and try to summarize what happens in the music videos. Just go click them for yourself. But you mentioned your new album, which is called Insatiable. And beyond being super excited to see more music video collaborations for that, I'm wondering what your fans of your music and new fans alike can expect from Insatiable, and what else you might have in store that you're able to talk about.
Insatiable is, well, first off, I think about the word insatiable, and I think about how the Colonial Project it is insatiable. It will continue to commit genocide and continue to rape and murder us as much as it possibly can. That is unable to be satiated. But on the other side, which is my focus, is the love that is required in order to overcome these systems that feel so impossible. But then if you have love and hope, you can remember what your ancestors were going through and how things have changed because of the perseverance involved, and how their desire for you to have a better life, even if it's not in their lifetime, was available in their hearts, and how so many amazing things have happened. And that is the point of the album. That is insatiable. The love is insatiable, and the strength that comes from that. And when you feel like there's not any hope anymore, finding the remnants of that, because the strength from that is also insatiable.
Nice. I love that. That's something that I think about all the time, is the gift of sounds that we make from our ancestors. It's a really lovely thing. And I'm looking forward to hearing what that sounds like for you all.
Thank you so much for having us here.
Yeah.
We're really excited to play KEXP.
Thank you so much. Oh, this was so wonderful to sit in here and relate with you all through sound in this way. It means so much. And thank you all for listening to Divide and Dissolve with me here in Seattle. You can find us at 90.3 FM Seattle, 92.7 Bay Area, and all around the world at KEXP.org. If you like what you've heard today, or if you like any of our other videos, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button. And if you want to support us, you can go to KEXP.org. And all of these live in-studio sessions are made possible through your viewership and your listening. So from me and everyone else here, thank you so much. Siokwo.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.